Day to viewers, the Colonel speaking to you live from the Grange, British Imperial YouTube Broadcasting. Today we've got, we're following well, not a request really, a comment. One of our videos of Gillie Potter was much appreciated, so we're going to do lots more. We don't need much encouragement here. Columbia 4590 with Spaghetti to Italy, a Travelogue Parts 1 and 2 by Gillie Potter. Here we go. I'll turn over halfway through.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have the pleasure of presenting my world-famous entertainment. When I say world-famous, it was at any rate extremely successful in Whitstable. I may add that I am very popular in Whitstable. In fact, in Whitstable, they treat me as if I were a native. The history of this entertainment is as follows. One day my brother was walking on the banks of the River Nile, which is, as you may or may not know, in Egypt, and has been for some considerable time. While walking there, picking pyramids, he thought of this brilliant idea, which is a travelogue or travel picture. You all, of course, remember having seen that well-known travel picture with Allenby in Palestine. Now, I knew Allenby before he invented his famous food many years ago, and though I have not been to Palestine myself, a great deal of my property is in the hands of gentlemen who originate in that quarter. Generally, when showing this film in public, I have the stage all fitted up to represent Italy. All around, for example, I have festoons of the macaroni creeper. On my right, I have a little mountain all covered with hokey pokey. That is supposed to represent the Alps. You know where the Alps are, there in Italy, on the left as you go in. On my left, I have a beauty chorus of 16 monkeys. That is, of course, not including myself. And by my side, I have a supply of monkey nuts. And every now and then, I throw some of these nuts to those members of the audience that I think ought to be upon the stage in the beauty chorus. However, tonight, I have decided to dispense with that part of the entertainment, as being unable to see you, I am unable to gauge whether my supply of nuts is sufficient or otherwise. And having just heard of the sudden indisposition of my magic lantern, I shall be unable to give you the film. But with the aid of a blackboard, a piece of chalk, my inimitable and far-famed lightning sketches, which received such wonderful notices in last week's Crochet World, I shall have great pleasure in giving you my famous travelogue with Spaghetti to Italy.
Right, on to the other side, viewers.
Starting in London, our first view is that of King's Cross from the sea, followed with amazing rapidity by a view of the sea from King's Cross. Here we have the steamer leaving St. Pancras. Next, the beautiful companion picture, St. Pancras leaving the steamer. Now we have the steamer and St. Pancras leaving each other, followed by another, but obviously much younger steamer, leaving the steamer that was leaving St. Pancras. The small object on the left is a well-known native of Norwood who nearly missed the steamer that was leaving the steamer that was leaving St. Pancras. Notice, please, a biscuit that I bought on the steamer, and a piece of cheese that went with it. I don't know whether these interest you, but I personally have no desire to bring either of them up again. Sailing along, we soon pass Euston Lighthouse, and the same evening, with Paddington bearing 4 degrees, 8 caraway seeds on our starboard bow, we sail into the city of London. And, of course, the best known object of interest in London is Watney's Brewery. Let us go into Watney's Brewery and rest there a while. On being carried out, we get several views of Watney's Brewery. Sailing away from London and looking astern, we catch a farewell glimpse of Watney's Brewery. Now we find ourselves out in mid-ocean. Next, further out in mid-ocean, and in the following one, a little to the left of mid-ocean. Notice, please, those maritime objects. A kipper in full flight, a pancake defending its young, a tripe tree in full bud. As you know, it sheds its onions at sexagesima. A sausage seeking its mash, and a salmon entering its tin. At last, Italy appears. Later, we land, and climbing to the top of Vesuvius and looking across Europe towards London, we can just see the top of Watney's Brewery.
Well, I actually enjoyed that, viewers. That was quite clever in a rather old-fashioned sort of way, but very, very good. He's obviously rather underrated. I'm rather glad we've embarked on this series of Travelogues with Gillie Potter. More to come. Thank you, viewers, from Watney's Brewery.